two things. I
Mm.
hate doing interviews because I hate talking about myself,
Yeah.
and I hate recording videos.
The opening is I don't like making content.
I love how professional you look and how I just look like a fucking slob.
Alrighty, Jeff. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself, my friend?
Doing pretty good, pretty good. So you've asked me here to ask you some questions. You are participating in the Respawn Recruits, correct?
That is correct. I've made it to the top
Okay.
190. We're in our
Okay.
4th week.
All right, congrats. And you've informed me that the prompts are to kind of talk about yourself.
Unfortunately for me,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. I've known, in full transparency, I've known you, Jeff, for about 6 years now. We were looking back a little while
Yeah.
ago, and it was
I can't believe it's been that long.
back before the name change and all that stuff, ages ago. We met through streaming on a alternative platform, not Twitch, so that was a while ago. But yeah, so I've come up with some questions, and it's meant to kind of talk about kind of how you started and kind of where you've kind of gained your motivations, etc. So I want to hear a bit about this. I realized we've been playing games for a really long time, but I've never really asked you questions about how you got started. So first question for you. So we're gonna have you take a trip down memory lane. Okay. So what inspired you to start creating? Kind of when did you start making content? What got you started?
If we want to be technical about it, I actually started creating content somewhere back around 2009, 2010. Shortly after YouTube kind of got big, I tried to make way into the Guitar Hero / Rock Band scene. But
were you one of those people that could play like the really difficult Guitar Hero songs?
Yeah, I could play every instrument on Rock Band on Expert, and I could play Behind My Back, and all that stuff. Big nerd.
I could play like 2 buttons at a time. So all right.
But this was high school.
Okay.
Eventually, I got a job and I went to college, and I had to kind of give it up to focus on work. But I picked it up back around in 2017. I was working for Amazon at the time. I was working night shift, so I needed something to do on my days off when I would be awake from like 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. And I started streaming PUBG and CSGO with my friends.
PUBG memories there. So it kind of became a bit of a hobby, just kind of fill some time and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I was already gaming. I was already at the computer. I figured, why not try to meet some people who like similar things as me and see what happens.
Okay. So thinking about that, obviously, you've talked a little bit you kind of touched a little bit like personal background, kind of past experiences. How do you think your life has shaped the kind of content that you do make today?
That's a great question. I think the biggest thing in my personal life that affects my content is I introduced, I'd say in the last couple years, Lego building. As you know, I'm a master model builder for Legoland for my full-time job, which comes with a little discount on Lego sets. So when I can buy Lego sets, I like to build them on stream. And I've done a couple charity streams involving Lego, and they've been pretty successful.
I imagine that kind of helps build a bit of a more of a kind of a close-knit community, right? Like kind of doing specific streams like that.
Yeah, there's definitely, it's not like I'm playing, what are the big games right now? Marvel Rivals, trying to compete with 40,000 other streamers. When you're streaming Lego, there may be 10, 20 other streamers. So there's certain people that are there to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, every small creator knows what it's like to face different challenges and try to grow in different categories and niches that have, well, like you said, like thousands, hundreds of thousands of people doing the same thing. So let's branch in. I want to know more about some more of these challenges, some things that you've kind of faced in content, kind of from when you started to kind of where you're at now. Have there been moments of kind of self-doubt or challenges in content and kind of life that have motivated you to keep creating, kind of pushing yourself forward?
Absolutely. If you follow my X, my Twitter, you definitely will see every other week I'm tweeting, I can't do this today, or how I'm ready to kill it. I'm someone who is diagnosed with uh what is it? Is it MDD? Major depressive disorder? And that's why I'm going to therapy.
Yep.
So, one day I'm here and the next day I'm down.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let's take that and segue into as someone who's diagnosed with, depression, anxiety, ADHD, this platform creating content is a great way to talk about it and make it more mainstream and more, wide known.
Yeah. Using it as a platform. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which a lot of creators do. A lot of creators have platforms, and it doesn't necessarily matter how big or small a community is in those types of situations. So, you have a small community.
Yes.
It's smaller. We're not talking, thousands of viewers a night, which is not negative in any way. What do you enjoy the most about having a smaller, kind of more of a tight knit community? And how has that influenced your content? Like you've mentioned, like the Lego building streams. Is there anything specific about having a smaller community that you really enjoy, and how
Oh,
has that
yes.
influenced your content?
I'd say having a smaller community, the big positive to that is I'm able to manage chat and actually respond to every single message. Dylan, I got kicked out of a comedy club once for my terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, but don't worry, I'll return. Uh, Being able to communicate with everybody is a big thing for me. It's, one of the reasons why I started streaming was to be able to talk to people that
Mm-hmm.
had these similar passions. Another positive, at least, from my community, is I know that they're going to be there no matter what I'm doing. So whether it's, playing a game, building a Lego set, working on writing music, boom. I know that I can always count on Frank is going to be there.
I was gonna mention that I know there's a couple viewers that you've had we both shared that have been around for a very long time, and
Yeah,
they've been really supportive people. So, um, I think what I'm hearing is that you started a long time ago. You've stuck with it. You've enjoyed it for the most part. I think every
yeah,
creator would be lying if they said that there were not moments where they were uncertain or that they enjoyed it all the time. But you've stayed motivated. You've kept going, and you are in this competition. You're moving forward, and um, I hope that they see that this is um, that you're someone that does deserve to keep going, because it is
I
something that you
appreciate
do
that.
not just for yourself, but it's for other people, the viewers. I think people often forget about that. I think people often forget about the viewers. The viewers make the content
Yeah,
creator successful. So, and the fact that you focus on your viewers and you enjoy being around them and growing the community and raising awareness and all the things that you do is great.
I definitely
Um,
would not keep doing it if if I didn't know if they were going to be there.
mm,
I wouldn't be there.
yeah, yeah. I think a lot of. Would you agree that you started making content on a regular basis because um, the connection, the human connection,
Absolutely.
is big, especially
Yeah.
during like months like years like COVID. I mean, it's
Oh yeah.
the human connection is great, especially in the world. It's so big now.
It's
Um, yeah,
something that everyone desires.
yeah,
It's connection,
yeah,
and this is a great way to
yeah,
build that connection.
yeah. Genuine connection.
Yeah.
And I think that again, that speaks to the added benefit of being in a smaller, close knit community like you have. You're able to have genuine interaction with people. We could probably keep talking a ton, but they did, from what you showed me, they gave you a parameter on time frame.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so we could talk for probably hours about why someone gets into content, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, no, I appreciate this. Like I said, I didn't really know a lot about how you got into content, and it definitely, I think it helps me and anybody else who sees this video understand why you got into it and what keeps you going. Um, because
I
it's not
appreciate
about
you.
it's not about the money, it's not about the
No.
glory. It's about connection And not that you don't want to get bigger, not that
I
you don't want to
mean,
grow. I mean, everybody
that'd be kind of
does.
nice,
Yeah, yeah,
but that's not the motivation.
yeah. No.
You're
Well,
the
thank you.
motivation.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. I think your cats also enjoyed this
My
video.
cats are going nuts behind me, dude.
But that is the life of a creator, right? Like there's
Yeah,
your kids, your family,
my
your
kids. Yeah.
animals. Yep. But alrighty. Well, best of luck, Jeff. I hope you make it forward and um yeah, good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.